Because whenever you're using shears and whenever you're trying to take out weight, this applies to clip over comb as well. It's not the hair that's right here making the weight line. Because if I do this, all that hair right there is blended. It's the hair that sits way up here that's affecting the weight that's on the sides right here. Now he's doing in the back, he getting a burst fade, but he's not usually getting the V line up in the back. He's getting it squared out and lined up on the sides for him with his burst fade. And these steps could be achievable. Anybody can get these steps. All you gotta do is just watch the video. Nice, simple steps for a blurry and clean, nice burst fade. So yeah, we're just about to get straight into it. We're not gonna hold y'all. Alright, whenever you starting off cutting, anybody say you should always comb it out, making sure you don't want to brush the hair down, but you want to comb it out, making sure it's nice and lifted off the scalp. If you brush the hair, the hair on top of the head is going to kind of get glued to the scalp and it's going to lay it down. The comb actually lifts it up, so it's important to have both of them whenever you're a barber or starting to cut somebody's hair. But this is the first thing you want to do with any client. Alright, to start the burst fade off, what I like to do, I always start off with a number 3 guard. And I just start debulking. And you kind of want to debulk in the shape of a burst fade, which would be like I guess you can say like a half of a circle or oval. And you want to make sure you're leaving all this hair right here around this area, because this is the hair right here that's created to use this C cup, or to make that C cup a little bit darker than usual. So with the lever all the way open, you're gonna debulk. Alright y'all, for the next step, we're gonna take our holding spray and we're just gonna spray all this right here. Not too much, just a little bit. Well, y'all spraying a lot, who cares? You're trying to get everything nice and laid down. First off, kind of whenever you're doing a burst fade, the best thing for you to do, we debulk with the lever all the way open. And while you're debulking, I forgot to mention, you want to use a flick out motion. You want to use a flick out motion for it, just so you can have a good amount of bulk so this hair up top can sit down. And then whenever they have the hair up top right here and it's going to create a lot of bulk, we're going to take our shear work and we're just going to shear all this in from the fade all the way to the top. Well, after you spray the holding spray, you're going to blow dry it. You're going to blow everything on cold air. Cool air, cool down. And I would recommend, this is a JRL blow dryer. It's very, 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 very nice. It actually blows like really cold out. Most blow dryers, when you get a blow dryer, like I got a couple blow dryers at home. Hopefully y'all can hear me, because the blow dryer is so loud. Actually, when you get a blow dryer, it blows even if you put it on cold. Even if you put a blow dryer on cold, it will still blow like warm air for some reason. I guess it was be the I got this blow dryer by luck at an event in Texas. So if y'all have the money or extra money, you know, get you a blow dryer that actually, you know, costs like a good, probably like $100. So when you put it on cool, because cool air is key. You don't want to use warm air or hot air whenever you put in a holding spray, because the holding spray is just gonna get all sappy like and feels like syrup and stuff like that. You don't want to be sticky. You want to have that nice you know, that nice stiffness for it. So whenever you cut the hair, you can just cut and everything is nice and laid down. Just like that. First we're going to make this line right here. And this is creating our boxy look, or boxy shape. Now we're going to turn it to the side, create the side line up right here. What we're going to do, I'm just going to hold the air down with my pointer finger. Whenever y'all doing this, y'all don't want to use your left hand if you're right hand or right hand to hold the air down and do it, because it's crossed. It's going to cross at all times for real. So you just want to hold it down with your pointer finger. Get used to this. Using the little nub on your pointer finger and just tapping like this. And that's the easiest way right there to do any type of neckline up, depending no matter the client or anything like that. No matter the head texture. Then we're gonna remove all this. And the neck is a very sensitive spot for anybody. So you don't want to press down too hard. You just want to really just want to let the clipper do all the work. Right here, we're gonna make sure this comes down at this side. Like right here, you can see this little triangular piece right there, where you can see his skin from his ear to the hair. So we're gonna make that same thing happen on this side. It has to be identical. I mean, it's best to have it identical, so everything could look nice and proportionate. And that right there will take your haircut to the next level. Just that little adjustment. It'd be the smallest adjustments that could take haircuts to a whole new level. And then we're gonna make it meat. Oh goodness, I'm saying random word. And then we're gonna remove all this out. Then you wanna turn your client to the back, look at it, make sure everything is nice and straight, and it is. Now we're gonna get started on the fade. But the reason why I make this first is so we could get a nice silhouette of the haircut. It's like the starting foundation for the haircut. So I know how far I need to go to take this fade. Do I need to take it way down here or up here? Or do I need to stay in this area or this section right here? And that helps setting in all these lines first in the back. Helps with all that. It helps guide me throughout the whole entire haircut when it comes to a burst fade. Alright, for our next step to begin the fade, tilt your head slightly. Y'all don't be scared to tilt your client's head. Obviously ask them first. You want to be nice and everything. You don't want to be grabbing and tugging all over the place. You don't want to do that. But make sure you tilt your client's head so you can feel comfortable in a nice, comfortable position while cutting it. That right there could make your haircut good or bad, or you know. So the next step we're gonna do, we're gonna have our level all the way closed, and we're gonna start to create our burst fade shape. Basically, all it is, like I was saying earlier, is like a half of a moon, half of a circle. Anything like that. Some people do it differently. I do mine like this. It's better for me to understand it like this. And after that step, you want to open up your level all the way. I like to start right here in the middle, and we're going up just a half of an inch. When I'm going on this side, when I'm working on this right side, I'm only using the right side of my blade so I can ensure that I don't cut anything with this left side of the clipper. Because if I cut right here, see where the clipper's at, I'll be cutting all this up here, and that's what I don't want. Or you can just use the left side of your clipper and extend the right side of the blade off of the hair, so you're making sure you're not cutting any unwanted hair or any unnecessary hair. And you just want to curve it. It's not going to be too much right here. They're going to have a little small space right there. And now we're going to start closing our level all the way. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. And slowly going down in the fade. And that's going to have all this area right here blended out within a couple steps. So what I like to do, I keep everything nice and simple. I don't like to confuse any of y'all, because I know some of y'all are just starting out, or some of y'all are just beginning with y'all careers or whatever. So I keep everything nice and simple. And y'all, I do be going to barber events and stuff like that. I just went to a barber event in Dallas, and I met a couple of y'all down there. Y'all actually took pictures with me. That was my first time ever having actual people. Like, I've had people notice me and tell me my work was fire, and that they watch me on YouTube and they subscribe and stuff like that, and they follow me on Instagram. But I've never had people ask for a picture. So I guess the work is paying off on YouTube, and I guess I'm moving up. I'm moving up in life. Say that. But after all this is faded, what you want to do, you want to throw in your 3-guard, and right here you can see all the weight line from the 3-guard, and we're just going to fade down. We're not going to worry about taking any of this weight out right now. We're going to do that with shears. Now we're just going to focus on fading down. Now we got our 3-guard on. Let me get it to where y'all can see it. But this is 3-guard with our level all the way open. We're going to start with our level all the way open in the shape of the burst fade. We're going to slowly close it to where we're going to fade it down. We're going to fade down with the 3-guard. So this is with the level all the way open. Using the comb side. And we're slightly flicking out. Close it a little bit, go down a little bit more in the fade. And every time we switch to a new step or a new notch in the clipper, we are always going to keep using the fade, the flicking out motion. Now we're going to move down with our 2-guard. Wherever we left off at, around this area with our 3 guard, that's where we're going to start with our 2 guard fading down with the lever all the way open. And we're going to do the same exact thing. 2 guard all the way open. And make sure you're going against the grain. See his hair right here on the sides? It's going kind of towards the front of his head. So I have to turn the clipper like this, but I'm making sure I'm not going up like this, and I'm cutting hair all right here that's not intended. So I'm kind of curving it, and I'm keeping this. This is what I'm cutting the hair with when I'm coming this way. And when I'm coming this way, I like to use the left side of the clipper. It makes everything nice and even and keeps everything kind of simple. But it's not going to really come together until you get to the point to where you're using a half guard right here or the 1 guard. Half guard all the way open. And you're starting the half guard off wherever you left off with the number 2 guard, all the way closed. And fading down ensures that you don't take the fade up too high. No matter what guards I'm using, or no matter which lever I take it down to, or which notch I take it down to, no matter if the clip is, the lever is all the way closed or all the way open, I'm still following this shape of his head. This is the 1 guard that I use. And we're going to flick out. For me, the 1 guard is the sweet spot. You can start using the brush once you get down to the 1 guard spot. The 1 guard brings the fade all the way together. And anybody can follow these steps. These not no advanced steps or anything like that. The last step, all the way open. Make sure we flicking out. Following the same exact shape. And we utilizing our corners, the corner of our blade, just so we don't cut any unwanted hairs. And as you can see, whenever I'm discussing or talking about weight, as you can see, if I comb it this way, it's a nice fade. It's a nice gradual fade, and it slowly goes into the hair. But if you comb it down this way, all this right here, it looks like a big bundle of hair or a big line that's right here. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I can. Sometimes it takes your barber eye just to develop a little bit more. So how we're going to do that, we're going to use a combination of our cutting shears, and then we're going to use our texturizing shears. Now for our cutting shears, they do 2 different things. The cutting shears, what we're going to do, we're going to establish the shape with our cutting shears. And we're not going to more so flick out anything like that. We're going to slightly go in. And with everything over our blend, we're just going to cut it. Because whenever you're using shears and whenever you're trying to take out weight, this applies to clipper over comb as well. It's not the hair that's right here making the weight line. Because if I do this, all the hair right there is blended. It's the hair that sits way up here that's affecting the weight that's on the sides right here. That's something that took me a while to understand and to get a hang of myself. But once I started to, obtain the information and understand the knowledge, it got very, very easy. Let me show you the difference between the cutting and the texturizing shears. These are the cutting and these are the texturizing. The texturizing has teeth. The cutting is just a blade. So the texturizer is just really going to texturize everything that's on this weight line and really just blend everything in. For the C-cup, you kind of want to use your pointer finger, and wherever the hair ends at, which will be around this area where it starts at or ends at, and you just want to take it and you want to make the C-cup using the corner of your blades. Alright, so this is the end of the haircut right here. It's a nice clean fade. Trying to get this way I can see. And it's the same exact steps. I'm going to spin it around so y'all can see the other side. Move the camera a little bit for y'all. Right there. This is the other side. I use the same exact steps on both sides. But this is the haircut right here we didn't texture the top. His top was already kind of textured. He has like natural curls and whatnot. But we added powder to the sides. We added a little bit of powder to the top. Oh my goodness, to the top, so we can kind of like fluff it up a little bit, so it doesn't look too flat, and make it so where they have some type of texture to it. We did use our texturizing comb and everything just to get it this nice little pattern in the back, so the back don't look like, you know, too boring, the little boxy look and stuff like that. It's a nice haircut, y'all. But I'm about to give y'all some B-rolls real quick. It's HRB. If you're not handling your business in what you're doing, and we out. Cause you know, sometimes I probably be, even though business is good, it could always be a lot better. You don't want to limit yourself for real. So even though everybody coming on, I might be like, man, cause I said it's more so a lot of teenagers and grown men with beards, just grown men and stuff like that. It was good like back then.